On this particular meditation, I wrote a social media post and I'd like to reflect on it. I wrote that some are so content with keeping you as they've known you in the past. They leave you little room for growth and then become uncomfortable if you do grow. If you're going to stand still, if you have to stand still or stay small to keep them in your life, then your friend or friends have become too expensive to keep in your life. Never allow a relationship to cost you your destiny. And if I was to, I'll give it the title. If you have to stay small to keep them, let them go. This particular clip is about balance in relationships, and relationships aren't always those things where you find a suitor or a lover or something like that. There are relationships as far as being in covenant with each other, maybe in a religious situation, or a business partner, or a running buddy, or a friend, or someone, a cohort in the industry. But we need to always make sure that we have balance in our relationships. And balance in a relationship means that it's never about just them. Sometimes it needs to be about you. And if you have to detract, if you have to shrink to keep them around, then there's something wrong with that relationship. With this thing of spiritual fathering, which has, been the craze in the church over the last 7 to 10 years. Where everybody wants to tout that Bishop Jakes is their spiritual father, or Bishop I.V. Hilliard, and they are great men in their own right. However, if your spiritual father sees you once a year, and that once a year is for you to write a check to your spiritual father, and they never call and check on you, never see how you're doing, never do any of the same, I don't know about that relationship. If you have to stay small to keep them in your life, you got to balance your relationships. Never allow a relationship to cost you your destiny. I've been in so many unbalanced relationships, even with church cohorts or other preachers. You can celebrate someone's greatness and you can have appreciation for someone's greatness. However, it can't always be about them. If you're really in covenant with someone, sometimes, maybe once every blue moon, it has to be about you. Balance in a relationship. If you have to stay small to keep them, then you need to let them go. There's this thing about, about wanting to keep you in the way that they've always known you. And if you can't show any growth, if you can't show any maturity, if you can't see that God is starting to prosper you, if you can't increase your goals or start shooting for things that you never shot for before, if they said that type of change makes them run away from you, then you need to let them go. Any relationship that you have to stay small is too destructive to your destiny. If a good friend should want to see you soar. A good friend should want to see you prosper. A good friend should want to see you grow. I'm sorry. I've been in enough unbalanced relationships. And this is not talking about suitors. This is talking about people that I thought I was in covenant with in church situations. But it's all about them and never about me. It's 2015. You got to, at the beginning of the year, you need to take a mental look at your life. And if you're in so many relationships where it's all about them and never about you, you need to examine yourself. So many people have fallen in love with who you used to be. But who you used to be 10 years ago, God, you have evolved. God has grown you. God, through experience, through life lessons, you become bigger through your own educational process. They have left you little room for growth, and then they become uncomfortable when you do grow. Hey, my brother, my sister, if you got to stay small to keep them, then you got to let them go. Let me give you, God sometimes give us the power of bye-bye. You can love them, still pray for them, pray that God does the best for them, but they're too expensive to keep in your life. Sometimes it needs to be about you. Sometimes it ain't all about them. If you have to stay small to keep them, then my brother, my sister, you definitely need to let them go. God bless you.